What if I told you that you can start speaking English more confidently, starting today? Welcome to this episode where we uncover the real steps that actually make you fluent, not the confusing rules, not the endless exercises, but the techniques that transform your speaking in real life. Before we dive in, if you enjoy learning English in a simple and practical way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and brings you more useful episodes like this one. In today's podcast, we're going straight to the strategies that work, the ones that build your confidence, improve your clarity, and help you speak naturally without stopping. When people say they want to be fluent, they often imagine speaking fast, using advanced vocabulary, or sounding exactly like native speakers. But real fluency is much simpler and much more achievable. Fluency means this: you can express your thoughts clearly, without long pauses, and without fear. It doesn't mean perfect grammar. It doesn't mean native-level pronunciation. It means being able to communicate your ideas naturally and confidently. To achieve this, you must first change how you think about the English language. Many learners focus on memorizing rules, long lists of words, or textbook expressions that nobody uses in real conversations. This creates pressure and slows down your ability to speak. Instead, fluent speakers use a different approach. They focus on communication, not perfection. They use simple, direct sentences. They use the vocabulary they already know. And most importantly, they speak even when they are not sure if the grammar is 100% correct. The truth is this: you don't become fluent by waiting until you're perfect. You become fluent by speaking even when you're not. So in this first part, I want you to shift your mindset. Stop thinking of English as a school subject. Start thinking of it as a tool you use to connect, to express, to share ideas, and to understand others. When you change your mindset, everything becomes easier. You speak more. You hesitate less. You worry less about mistakes. And slowly, without even noticing, you start sounding more natural. This new mindset prepares you for the next steps that transform your English from something you study to something you live. To become fluent, you must train your brain to think in English. And the only way to do that is by giving it real English input, not the unrealistic, artificial language found in most school books. Think about how children learn their first language. They don't start with grammar rules. They don't memorize verb tables. They don't study lists of vocabulary. They simply listen every day to natural conversations, real-life expressions, and authentic sounds. For you, the process is similar. 1. Listen to real English every single day. Not once a week, not only during study time. Every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Choose content that reflects how people actually speak, like podcasts, real conversations, interviews, vlogs, English learning content that uses natural speaking patterns, movies and series with clear speech. When you do this consistently, something amazing happens. Your brain begins to absorb sentence structure, rhythm, pronunciation, and natural phrasing without effort. You start recognizing patterns automatically. You begin to feel what sounds right even before you know the rule. That's the foundation of fluency. 2. Stop trying to understand every single word. Many learners panic when they don't understand a word or phrase. But here's the secret. Even native speakers don't understand everything. Fluent learners focus on the main idea, not perfection. They let some words go. They trust their brain to fill in the gaps. When you stop forcing yourself to catch every detail, you relax, and relaxed brains learn languages faster. 3. Choose input that you enjoy. Fluency grows faster when the content interests you. If you love travel, listen to travel podcasts. If you like stories, listen to storytelling channels. If you enjoy learning, watch documentaries. Enjoyment creates motivation. Motivation creates consistency, and consistency creates fluency. 4. Repeat the same content multiple times. This is one of the most powerful and most ignored techniques. When you revisit the same video, podcast, or dialogue several times, you start understanding more details, catching expressions, and absorbing natural phrasing deeply. Repetition removes fear. Repetition builds confidence. Repetition creates automatic speaking. By feeding your brain with real input every day, you're training it the same way athletes train their bodies, consistently, naturally, and with purpose. And once the input becomes strong, your speaking will start changing automatically, with less effort and more confidence. Many learners spend years listening, reading, watching lessons, and taking notes. But when it comes to speaking, they freeze. Why? Because they wait for the perfect moment. A moment where their grammar is perfect, their accent is perfect, and their confidence is perfect. But the truth is simple. Fluency doesn't come before speaking. Fluency comes from speaking. Let's break down the key steps that will actually push your speaking ability forward. 1. Start speaking even when you're not ready. Most learners think they need more vocabulary, more grammar, or more practice before they start speaking. But here's the reality. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. You become fluent by opening your mouth, even if you're unsure. You learn by making mistakes. You grow by correcting those mistakes over time. Every sentence you speak, even a simple one, builds your fluency muscle. 2. Use short, simple sentences. Fluency isn't about speaking fast or using complicated words. It's about expressing your thoughts clearly and naturally. Start with simple structures. I think. In my opinion. I prefer. I usually. I want to talk about. Short sentences reduce stress, increase confidence, and help your ideas flow. Remember, simple English is powerful English. 3. Practice out loud every day. You don't need a partner all the time. You can practice alone, and it's incredibly effective. Here are practical methods. Describe what you're doing. I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm making coffee. Talk about your day. Today, I learned something new. Explain your thoughts. I believe that. Predict things. I think tomorrow will be. This trains your brain to form sentences automatically. The more you speak out loud, the less you think in your native language, and the faster you become fluent. 5. Focus on communication, not perfection. Remember this rule. Fluent speakers communicate. Perfectionists hesitate. If your grammar isn't perfect, speak anyway. If your accent isn't perfect, speak anyway. If you forget a word, use another simple word. People care about understanding you, not judging you. Speaking without fear is the true beginning of fluency. Many learners think fluency comes from memorizing hundreds or thousands of words. But here's the truth. It's not about the number of words. It's about knowing which words to use and when. Fluent speakers don't know every word in the dictionary. They know the words that matter, the words they can use comfortably in everyday conversation. 1. Focus on core vocabulary first. Instead of learning long lists of advanced words you rarely use, start with the most useful words and phrases. Daily routines. Eat, go, take, come, make. Expressing opinions. I think, I believe, in my opinion. Social interactions. How are you? Nice to meet you. Thank you. Describing feelings. Happy, sad, excited, worried, tired. These words may seem simple, but they appear in almost every conversation. Master them first, then expand naturally. 2. Learn words in context. Instead of memorizing a word alone, learn it in a sentence or situation. For example, don't just memorize improve. Learn, I want to improve my English speaking. Or, practicing every day helps me improve quickly. When you learn words in context, your brain remembers how to use them automatically. This is far more effective than memorizing isolated words. 3. Use collocations, words that go together naturally. Fluent speakers don't just know single words, they know which words naturally appear together. For example, make a decision instead of do a decision. Take a break instead of have a break. Pay attention instead of give attention. Learning these combinations will make your speech sound more natural, even if your grammar is not perfect yet. 4. Apply new words immediately. Every time you learn a new word or phrase, use it in your next conversation or practice session. Speak out loud. Today I learned a new phrase, take a break. I'm going to take a break now. Write sentences in a journal. I want to improve my English by practicing every day. Record yourself repeating new phrases. The faster you use new words, the faster your brain remembers them. 5. Keep vocabulary active, not just passive. It's not enough to recognize words when you read or listen. Fluency comes from actively producing them in speech. Read or listen, notice a useful word, repeat it, make a sentence, use it in conversation. This active cycle trains your brain to retrieve words quickly, without hesitation. By focusing on practical vocabulary and applying it immediately, you'll start speaking more naturally, with less searching for words. This is one of the most important steps in turning your knowledge of English into real confident speaking ability. By now, you've learned the key steps to become fluent in English. Change your mindset about fluency. Listen to real English input daily. Speak early, speak often, and embrace mistakes. Build a practical, usable vocabulary. Now, it's time to combine all these steps into a daily routine that produces real results. 1. Make speaking a daily habit. Fluency grows through consistent practice, not occasional bursts. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day of deliberate speaking practice can make a huge difference over time. Tips: talk to yourself out loud about your day or your plans. Record short audio clips describing something you learned. Speak to friends, language partners, or even AI chatbots in English. Consistency is more important than perfection. Every day you speak, your brain rewires itself to think in English automatically. 2. Combine listening and speaking practice. Don't separate listening and speaking practice. Use input to fuel output. Listen to a short clip or podcast. Repeat it using shadowing techniques. Make your own sentences using the same words and phrases. This trains your brain to recognize patterns and use them immediately in conversation. 3. Set small, achievable goals. Instead of saying, "I want to be fluent," set concrete goals like, "Today, I will speak 5 sentences out loud. This week, I will use 10 new words in conversation. I will shadow a 1-minute audio clip 3 times a day." Small, consistent victories keep you motivated and build momentum. Fluency isn't a sudden jump. It's a series of small wins that add up. 4. Embrace mistakes as your teacher. Mistakes are not failures. They're signals that you're learning. Every mispronounced word, forgotten phrase, or awkward sentence is an opportunity to improve. Remember, fluent speakers communicate ideas, not perfection. Mistakes are part of the journey. 5. Keep a positive, growth-oriented mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions. Believe that fluency is achievable. Believe that every small effort counts. When you adopt this mindset, learning becomes fun, natural, and stress-free. And now, here's your call to action to end the podcast. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss the next strategies that will help you become fluent even faster. Remember, every word you speak brings you one step closer to fluency. Keep practicing, stay confident, and speak English every day. Thank you for listening to today's episode on how to become fluent in English. Remember, fluency is not about perfection. It's about practice, confidence, and daily effort. Speak every day, listen actively, embrace mistakes, and use the words you know. Every small step brings you closer to natural, confident English. Keep going, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your fluency will grow faster than you think. If you enjoyed this episode, like, subscribe, and share to help more learners on their journey. Keep practicing, stay confident, and speak English every day.